Hello, welcome to this episode of Sports Bets for Free. My name is Scott Jenkins, your host, just a local sports bettor here in Phoenix, Arizona, and hopefully today with our bets and your bets, it's going to be another profitable day for you. Friday, November 7th. Man, we're rolling along, right? We got basketball today, college basketball, NBA. If you're new to our show, been here before, welcome back or welcome for the first time. We appreciate you coming on and watching the show here. All of our shows here on YouTube brought to you by the world's #1 sports betting app, Outlier. Make sure you check out the 7-day free trial in the comment section or the YouTube channel page. Then also the Discord channel, please feel free to come on aboard there. A couple hundred plus members that love the same thing you do. It's called sports wagering. Get all of our bets in action earlier than when we put it out for the public, plus the unit sizes, bonus material, all that kind of fun stuff here on the show. So we're going to get started. We're going to start it in college basketball because we do have a game early that we're on that kind of want to play here as well. So we'll give you that and get going from there, right? All right, so that college basketball game that we're on early actually does start 1 o'clock Eastern time, so we're barely getting this out before that. New Haven and Columbia, New Haven at home here, getting 7.5. We're actually going to play New Haven on the money line is what we like here on this one. New Haven money line, first half and game in that one. I think they have an excellent chance to win that particular game at home. Next game up that we're in on college is going to be at 6 o'clock Eastern time. Maryland and Georgetown. We expect Maryland to be quite a bit better than what Georgetown can provide. They're 5.5, 6.5 point favorite, depending on where you're looking. 146.5 total. Give us all of Maryland we can handle here. -3 first half and 5.5 for the game. Next game up that we're on, but college basketball wise, we're not going through every game, just the ones we're on. Buffalo and Green Bay. Green Bay, nice story. That's about where it ends for us in that one. I think Buffalo's much better team here, and they're at home. They're laying 5.5. We'll lay those 5.5 as well. Buffalo -3 in the first half and 5.5 for the game. Then we'll get to our next one. Probably one of the bigger matchups. There's a couple. 7 o'clock Eastern time frame. KU and Kansas headed of North Carolina here. So I'm excited to watch what Kansas can provide, especially offensively with the new super freshman they have there. But the question is going to be on the road. Yeah, we do like North Carolina in this one here, being at home. Money line's cheap as well. North Carolina money line first half and money line for the game. Do like that particular spot there for North Carolina. It should be an interesting game, though. Might be an excellent one for the over as well. Sitting at $1.58. I think that game could easily be played in the $1.60 or higher in that game between KU and North Carolina. Next one we are on. We'll scroll down here. Well, would have loved to play Purdue. I think the Purdue game to me is pretty interesting. I'll put it to you that way. We are on the Purdue game there, but we're not taking Purdue laying the 31.5. Instead, the total at 158.5. We think has an excellent chance here to hit. I think Purdue gets close to 100 in this game. Oakland maybe puts up a 70 spot. I think we could get to that about $1.70 in this one. Give us Purdue and Oakland over 79.5 first half. 158.5 for the game. Next game up, Troy and Furman at 5 o'clock Eastern time, or I'm sorry, 7 o'clock Eastern time as well. Keep reading the 5 o'clock like it's out here. All right, in Phoenix. All right, Troy getting 2.5 at home, 153.5 total in this one. We do like Troy on the money line here. I think plus money is the way to go. I think they get this win. Even though on the road, Troy money line first half and Troy money line for the game. 2 more college games we are on for college basketball. And, of course, I'm interested to see that Kentucky game, see how they do. That Notre Dame-Detroit game, kind of Detroit-Mercy, kind of interested to see that one as well. There's a couple games today. Should be pretty interesting in that one. But UConn's another one we looked at. Texas Tech laying 27.5 against Sam Houston. Really? It's only 27.5. I thought this game would have been like 31, 32. So I think we definitely have some line advantage here. Texas Tech minus 14.5 first half and 27.5 for the game. Then the next one we are on, DePaul at 8 o'clock Eastern time against Stonehill, 22.5, I believe is the line here, or 21.5, depending on where you get it. I thought DePaul should have been closer to a 30-point favorite here, so definitely like the line variance for us in this one. DePaul minus 11.5 in the first half, minus 21.5 for the game. All right, now that we got through that, that's all the college basketball we have. I know there's a lot of games out there for a Friday. Let's get to the NBA because we got a boatload of action in the NBA. And we'll get started 7 o'clock Eastern time frame. Cavs, Wizards. Cavs favored by 13.5. Totals at what, 240? A boatload. This total's actually got bet down. It was 241 not too long ago. I do like the total in this game. I think it is going to go over. I could see this thing played in the 250s. Wizards and Cavs over 60.5 first quarter, 121 in the first half, and 240.5 for the game. Sam Merrill, 11-plus points. Sarr for the Wizards, 5-plus points in the first quarter. Middleton for the Wizards, under 4.5 field goals. Bub Carrington, 2-plus turnovers. Sam Merrill, 3-plus threes. Bub Carrington, 1-plus steal. Alexander Sarr, 2-plus blocks. Mobley, 3-plus turnovers. Sarr, 3-plus blocks and steals. Bub Carrington, under 3.5 field goals. Kispert for 8-plus points. Jared Allen, under 8.5 rebounds. Bub Carrington for 5-plus assists. So we got a lot of props in that game. Dude, I think we see some scoring for sure. Like I said, the line was 241.5. Some books are down to 240.5. So obviously some pushback there. A lot of these games have been way over in the first half and not finished over for the game, as it seems like they can't keep the shooting up for 4 quarters. But as there's so many threes on that one, it's either they cruise past the total or they're short. They end up short because they can't continue to make threes. It seems like for the full 4 quarters. 7 o'clock Eastern time, Celtics and Magic. Celtics getting 3.5 on the road at Orlando. 226.5 total here. Orlando's been disappointing so far. The Celtics are kind of what we thought they were, which was a lot of Jaylen Brown, and there you go. A lot of Jaylen Brown, right? Probably way too much Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown probably needs to distribute the ball a little bit more, but we do like the Celtics in this spot. I think they have a great chance to win this game outright. And we are on the Celtics money line, first quarter money line, first half money line for the game. Anthony Simons under 2.5 assists. Jaylen Brown over 7.5 points first quarter. Wendell Carter, 10-plus rebounds and assists. Suggs, 1-plus rebound in the first quarter. Banchero under 12.5 rebounds and assists. Queta under 9.5 rebounds and assists. Banchero under 4.5 assists. Desmond Bane, 3-plus turnovers. Franz Wagner, 26-plus points and rebounds combined. And then Suggs for over 2.5 assists. So I think the game's going to be relatively close, a little bit back and forth. All going to depend on the Celtics' three-point shooting. If they're lighting it up from 3, I think they get the win. If the Magic were playing their normal defense that we've seen for the last couple of years, I think this would be a Magic win because they're the best team against the three-point shot in the league, but they have not been that so far this season, so therefore rolling with those lovely green uniforms in the Celtics. Next game up, Rockets and Spurs. Rockets on the road, laying 3.5 at San Antonio, 223.5 total. This is a lower total on the board this time of season, but we do like the Spurs at home. Spurs plus half first quarter, 1.5 first half, 3.5 for the game. Wemby, 12-plus rebounds. Eason, who was monster for us the other night, 2-plus threes, 12-plus points, 18-plus par. That's points, assists, rebounds combined. Here's the bet you haven't heard all season. Wrong. Castle, 5-plus rebounds. I want to thank Stephen Castle for cashing that bet in every game so far this season. Anyway, we love the Castle 5-plus rebounds. I understand it's getting to 5.5 at a lot of books. find an alternate at 5+ rebounds, and just play it. Hasn't let us down so far yet this season. Next game up, Pistons, Nets. Pistons laying 10.5 at home, 227.5 total. Nets are going in the direction kind of thought they were. Pistons, after a kind of funky start, have picked it up a little bit. They got a win over the Jazz at home that ended up being a push at 11. But, they looked up after being down. They did make a run especially in that fourth quarter in that game to seal up that game. This game here, I don't know if I expect them to come out and play somewhat good early, but they've definitely done a second half team. That's for sure. We do like the Pistons though in this one. I think they can take care of the Nets. Pistons minus 2.5 in the first quarter, 5.5 first half, 10.5 for the game. Jalen Duren over 2.5 assists. Zaire Williams over 1.5 steals and blocks. Stewart over 1.5 blocks. Porter over 1.5 rebounds just in the first quarter. Demon under 9.5 points and rebounds. Claxton under 21.5 points and rebounds. Demon under 6.5 points. Also under 12.5 par points, assists, rebounds combined. Claxton under 13.5 points. Jalen Duren over 1.5 steals and blocks combined. Jalen Duren under 16.5 points. Zaire Williams over 2.5 points in that first quarter. Next game up, we got the Hawks and the Raptors. Will somebody please explain me these two teams? The Hawks, they look better without Trae Young, and the Raptors on a nightly basis, I don't know what the hell they're going to do. So they've been a little. There's teams that you consistently get a good feel for on what they're doing. That's definitely not the Raptors, right? They look like Scotty Barnes wants to take a step forward, and then Brandon Ingram all of a sudden wants to be ball dominant, or quickly thinks he's going to do all of this. Need to figure out maybe a little bit of hierarchy in the offense on who's going to do what. And RJ Barrett's there as well, but it's like you got 4 scorers and not enough role guys in that starting lineup. So that may be the issue. Not quite sure. But the Hawks at home is the play for us. We took the juice out of it. The line is moving the Hawks' way, though. So Hawks money line first quarter, first half, and game. Okongwu, 1+ 3-pointer made. It's getting a little juicy for that one. Kennard under 5.5 rebounds and assists. Quickly under 19.5 points and assists. Sheed, 4+ assists. RJ Barrett, 2+ 3-pointers made. Barnes under 1.5 steals. Sheed, 1+ 3-pointer made. Barnes over 31.5 par. Okongwu over 24+ par. Sorry. Okongwu 13+ points. And Mr. Sandro, 2+ assists because I can't pronounce his last name, so we just call him Sandro. Next game up. We got the Bulls and the Bucks. Bulls getting 4.5 on the road at Milwaukee. Bulls have been exciting so far. And Josh Giddey is putting up Jokic numbers. And that's how ridiculous he's been. He's putting up monster numbers. But he's always been a guy that can do the triple-double. He rebounds the ball well. He passes the ball well. When he shoots well is when he's really, really good, right? Like if he can shoot the ball well, that other team is in trouble. And that's the Bucks tonight, we think. Bulls money line, first quarter, first half and game. Patrick Williams, 8+ points. Bucelis, 2+ threes made. Giddey, 31+ points and rebounds. AJ Green, 9+ points. We have hit this AJ Green ticket like 3 or 4 games in a row. Turner over 2.5 blocks and steals. Giannis under 52.5 par. The only reason we went under here is because 52.5 is a bundle. A bundle. Gary Trent, 4+ points in the first quarter. Okoro, 1+ turnover. Kevin Huerter, 15+ points and assists. Trey Jones, 15+ points and rebounds. And that one there for you. Who's not having fun? There's a lot of NBA as we got cup play tonight and all that fun stuff. Jazz and the Timberwolves, 8 o'clock Eastern time. T-Wolves favored by what? 10.5, 11.5, 232.5 total here. The Jazz on the road, they did end up pushing on the last game against the Pistons. The road is definitely not their friend, but they did lose by 11. They're not good enough on the road to get a lot of wins. Just be honest here, but keep games close. They can do that. The first quarter is normally the quarter that determines it all. We hope they're scoring tonight because we like that total of 231.5. So what we're going to attack here. Jazz and T-Wolves. Over 57.5 first quarter, 115.5 first half, 231.5 for the game. Jaden McDaniels, 16-plus points plus assists. McDaniels, 2-plus turnovers. McDaniels, 14-plus points. Conley, 11-plus points and assists combined. Filipowski, 2-plus points in the first quarter. Seems like it's the only quarter he's been scoring. Mike Conley for 6-plus points. McDaniels, 2-plus three-pointers made in that one there. And then next game up, we got the Heat. We got the Hornets, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Kind of a late game for East, right? So Hornets on the road going to Miami. Miami 4.5-point favorite, 241.5 total. Monster total in this one. The Heat have played offensively better than I anticipated they ever could. Right? With no Tyler Hero. Bam, last game, I don't know what the hell happened there in that one there. But, Norman Powell's put up some baskets. Jaquez looks fantastic. They got some guys that can put the ball in the basket. That has been much more exciting than the ball they used to play, which is just make you want to cry watching a Heat game. But give us the Heat in this one, laying the 4.5. Heat minus 1.5 first quarter. 1.5 first quarter, 2.5 first half. And 4.5 for the game. Wiggins, under 5.5 rebounds. Drew Smith, under 2.5 rebounds. Kyle Brenner, under 8.5 rebounds. Kyle Brenner, over 2.5 steals plus blocks. Davion Mitchell, under 13.5 points plus rebounds. Fontecchio, 2+ threes. And Fontecchio doesn't hit this one. It's, how do we put this? He's going on the block for a couple weeks. And Ware, under 10.5 rebounds. Next game up, we got the Grizzlies and the Mavs. What's going on with the Mavs here? I mean, I understand injuries, but man, oh man, this is a team last year. Even when Kyrie and AD were down, they were still winning games. I don't know what exactly is going on, but they look just god awful right now. But Grizzlies at home, normally all right. Can't complain there. It's a lighter play for us, but we do like the Grizzlies money line first quarter, money line first half, and money line for the game. D'Angelo Russell over 23.5 par points, assists, rebounds combined. Jared Jackson under 27.5 par. Naj Marshall under 9.5 points. Naj last year was absolutely amazing in the point category, especially, but he has not been taking the shots coming off the bench so far this season. KCP, 1 assist first quarter, 1+. Gafford under 1.5 assists. Max Christie, 3+ points first quarter. Gafford under 9.5 rebounds and assists. KCP under 9.5 points. Next game up. We got 2 games left in the NBA. Warriors, Nuggets. Steph Curry's out. Jimmy Butler, I believe, is going to be out. Draymond's game time decision, and Nuggets are favored by 10.5. 228.5 total. Who the hell is going to score for the Warriors to keep this somewhat close? If anybody's healthy, they can call the MASH unit already. All these guys out on a cup game, it means they're hurt. Normally, they want to play in these cup games as much as possible. We're all over the Nuggets here, as we should be. Nuggets minus 2.5 first quarter. 5.5 first half, 10.5 for the game. Horford, a 1+ turnover. Pazinski under 3.5 points first quarter. Pazinski under 3.5 assists. Christian Braun, 5+ field goals. Kuminga under 27.5 points and rebounds. Jokic over 1.5 steals. He's been stealing balls like crazy, especially at home. Braun, 16+ points plus assists. Braun, 18+ points and rebounds combined in that one there. Then we finish up the night. Thunder and the Kings. Kind of excited to see what happens in this matchup here. Thunder finally take a loss, but they have been, for a team that can't seem to shoot the three worth of crap, they've been solid. So they started out the season well. trying to get that number 1 seed again. And we saw how important that was last season to them. But tough game here against the Kings. They're laying 10.5 on the road, which is always a ridiculous number. Total at 232.5, so where we're going to attack. We do like the over in that one. Thunder and Kings over 58.5 first quarter, 117.5 first half, 232.5 for the game. Monk over 5.5 rebounds and assists combined. AJ Mitchell over 3.5 rebounds. Holmgren for over 1.5 turnovers. Malik Monk 2+ threes. Dennis Schroeder 5+ assists. AJ Mitchell again 7+ rebounds and assists. Monk for 12+ points. Keon Ellis for 1+ assist. Hartenstein over 1.5 steals and blocks. And Schroeder over 7.5 rebounds and assists. And Monk 5+ field goals. All right, that's going to knock out what we've got for college basketball in the NBA for November 7th. If you like the content you're seeing here, make sure you like the channel, subscribe, turn notifications on. That way it just shows up in your subscription feed. Make it like simple for yourself instead of having to search for us all the time. Well worth it by doing so. And also private Discord channel available for all of you out there. If you want to join a couple 100+ members that love the same thing you do, that's sports wagering. And we can get that link in the comments section of our YouTube channel page. We do have a weekly and a monthly option. We'll make sure that's in the comments section if you want to try that out. But you get all of our plays early. You get bonus plays. You get all the unit sizes, all that kind of fun stuff that we put out a bunch of free material, but this is the extra things that you get. Plus, there's multiple cappers on there putting out plays as well. So many plays you're not going to know what to do with for yourself. That's the God honest truth in that one. Day like today, 100+ plays out there, and that's not even including college football and all that kind of fun stuff that's going on tonight. We do appreciate everybody's support as always, and we look forward to seeing you on our next episode.